Right, okay, so the next thing I really want to tackle with you then is this club getting stuck or caught behind you, okay? It's a horrible feeling. It's good players tend to do it quite a lot, to be honest with you, because they're always trying to get the club to come in on the inside line. There's also this massive trend at the moment in teaching people to shallow the shaft. So they're going from here to then shallow the shaft, because that's what you should do apparently. But the problem is from here then I've got nowhere to go. I'm stuck. Been there, done it as well. And one of the things that we noticed with your swing when we were swinging back was that you had a tendency for the hands to go on one path, and then the actual hands, because you're laying the club and the shaft's making your hands go outwards, like so, because of the weight of the club's going like this, it's making your hands swing further away from you. You're then having to correct that through impact, all right? Now, this revolutionised my game because I was in the same situation as you. I actually had a tendency to try and get the club end into a shallowed position, which I thought was a good position, but my club face was wide open and I was having to then flip it through on the way through to try and hit the ball straight. So this is what we call, well, we like to call it over the top from the inside, all right? And it's about getting the club head to work in the other way. So we're going to go from back here, we're then going to try and get the club head to work this way. And you're going to think, whoa, that's going to make it come in steep. It won't do, because once you add in movement to it, it's just basically going to get the club head more in front of you and in a much better position than this being caught behind you. Okay, so it's going to be more here, but that's only going to happen once you add in movement. All right, but for now, we're going to make you get a feeling of the club head. So when you swing the club head back, you're going to get a feeling of the club head, or the butt end of the shaft is going to come more downwards, and your left hand's going to feel like it's coming towards your right leg, okay? And you're going to feel like the club head is coming over the top of your hands this way, all right? It's going to feel like you're doing this. You can see now how my club face is more square to my swing path. It's actually slightly downwards. Okay, and my right hand is now back on top of the shaft as opposed to being underneath it. Okay, so this is the feeling that we're going to try and get. I've got a little contraption here. It's not the most stable, all right, but so bear with me. But it's just a tennis racket on a golf club with a golf club stuck to it, and this is like a steering wheel, all right. And this is how we're going to use to feel it. So when you swing the golf club back, all right, I'm going to swing the club back. My wrists are going to hinge upwards. Okay, the club's then going to go over my shoulder. And what I'm going to get a feeling from here is I'm going to get a feeling of turning the steering wheel to the left. Okay, my arms are going to shallow downwards. Okay, my body's going to stay turned. Okay, I'm going to pull it down and it's going to come down. The club head's then going to go over my hands. And then from here I can then work it through to square, and then it comes up and around. And that's a great feeling to get, is to feel as though that the hands are working in that movement, okay? So it feels as though when I swing back, my hands work down in this movement, okay? As opposed to that movement. And that's what we want you to try and do. It's going to get the club head coming down here and through. All right, you're going to be able to square the blade up so much better than what you have been doing, and you'll actually almost feel as though you don't have to do it as much, and you'll overcorrect it by actually trying to not roll the hands through, which is a great thing. All right, so that's what we call over the top from the inside, because if you notice when I do this, if I use this yellow cane here, when I do it, okay, I'm pulling the club down, it's coming over the top of my hands, but I'm still coming. The club head still travels in from the inside line, okay? So it comes over the top, down and in, okay? I'm not trying to get it into this position to then try and wrap it around myself, all right? It's going to feel a bit different and a bit strange, but that's a great way to feel it, is to feel as though that you're getting the hands to work in this position as opposed to going under yourself like that, all right? That's one way of doing it as well. I'm going to give you another drill to do as well, which is on a different video. Okay, so going back to the over the top from the inside, a great way to practice this or to get a feeling for this is actually to take hold of a golf club, but go down the handle and split the grip, okay, hockey style, all right? And when you swing it back, okay, you will feel that you have to pull the butt end of the club down towards your right leg. And the only way to get the club head back onto the ball would be to actually pull your hands closer to your body and pull the club out, and the club head would have to go out towards the ball. okay? You'd have no sensation at all of wanting to do this. It wouldn't feel right. You'd get nowhere near the ball itself, and you'd end up missing it probably altogether. So this is a great way to practice this. Pull it down and feel like the hands are working this way, all right? Now, one of the things you've got to guard against is not overusing the body, all right? So when you're doing this as well, I want to enhance it by a little bit further by taking hold of the club, go down the grip, okay? And I want you to then drop your right foot back, all right? This is going to keep the right hip out the way and the right shoulder out the way, okay? So you're not going to throw it at the target or at the ball, okay? So as you swing back, you're going to go up. I want you to then keep the right hip and the right foot down on the ground, and you're just going to let the arms just drop downwards. They're going to feel like they go vertically downwards, and that club's going to come over the top of your hands, and then you'll swing into the ball, all right? It's a great feeling to have. Feel it come down and through. Now you can actually hit balls with a normal grip doing this, keeping that right foot back, swing back, down, and hit, all right? I'm not too worried about the follow through at the moment. We can work on that, but just doing it from face on this way, grip down the handle, my hands are split, I put my right foot back, okay, swing up, down to here and through, okay, down, through. You can see how my back stays turned on the downswing. I actually haven't moved my body at all, down and through, all right. I can put my feet back to normal just to show you how that feels and looks from face on, back, I go down to here and push through, all right. Great way to feel it. Down, push. All right. The club will feel lighter when you do this as well. It'll feel very light when you do here. It's not hanging back and dragging you back. It'll feel very light and very easy to do. All right. So that's the feeling I really want you to try and get when you're doing this, okay, is to try and get that feeling of the hands working differently. You'll feel as though the club's coming over the top, but it's actually coming over the top from the inside. That's why we call it that. If you have any questions on that, it's quite complicated, but if you have any questions on that, please let me know. When you're practicing it, don't go full pelt. Just do a very nice, smooth, easy swing. If you're trying to work on that, just go very nicely back, just swing half back and just swing through. Just trying to hit it down there, I don't know, 7-iron, just over 100 yards, then build the power up as you get more confident with it. Be interested to see how the club face works and also to see how your shot pattern works. You might hit a few left, which is fine, because you'll still have a hangover of the hands having to roll through impact. Eventually we can calm that down so they're not having to work as fast and as much over as they used to, all right? Let me know how you get on with that and then we can work from there, okay? Good luck.